Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, my name is Diaz, author of the Titus Concept and producer of the film Beyond Hope. Welcome everyone to an amazing show called Illumine-AO, a show that will inspire and empower as many people as possible, including myself, trigger shift and change, ascension through love, raise levels of awareness, discover new dimensions that represent liberation. Shadow will no longer serve us for our best and highest good, the freeing of our heart for our own personal greatness, awaken in a gentle, loving, and creative way as possible, love towards all and self, and most importantly, know we are the essence of the creator of all creation. Today we have Patty Alfonso, who was born and raised in Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Patty received her bachelor's degree in sociology from Emory University. Her studies about the relationship between society and the individual sparked a great interest in the constant interaction between the self and its surroundings. Certified by the Lionheart Institute as a body-mind counselor and energy healing therapist, Patty takes a holistic approach to healing by focusing on all aspects of the self, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Patty's desire to continue growing and empower her clients led her to Access Consciousness, where she is certified as an Access Bar facilitator and is currently completing her certified facilitator training. Her journey has helped her reconnect with the infinite being that instinctively perceives, knows, and be anything it chooses in this reality. Patty's target is to help her clients not only to create the life of their dreams, but to start living it now. Her desire is that you love your life, and if you can do that for yourself, imagine the impact it can have on this reality. Patty has been inspired to share her passion and knowledge with others. Her writing has been featured in Yogi Times, Whole Life Magazine, and Whole Person Magazine. Her website is liveyourdreamlifenow.com. Patty now will be sharing our insights on Live Your Dream Life Now. First, a couple of announcements. Continue to check back here on Blog Talk Radio and Illumine-AO host page for upcoming shows and co-hosts. And if you'd like to see and hear me speak in your area, go to Illumine-AO.com for contact info. Would you like to know what your purpose is? How about your natural-born gift that brings added value into your own life? If so, contact me at al.diazforlove@gmail.com. Thanks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on Patty. Patty, welcome.
Hi, Al. Thank you so much for having me on your amazing show. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're here also. So what's going on with you? What's going on in life?
Oh, man. Life is amazing right now. 2014 is just turning out to be so far just everything that I have chosen. I have a private healing practice. I work one-on-one with clients, and that's going really well. I'm getting some amazing results with my one-on-one clients. And towards the end of last year, I was, meditating on what's next for me. What is it that I want to choose in the coming years to fulfill, the life that I came here to live. And it came in so strongly that it was time to transition, in addition to having my one-on-one practice, but to also reach out to the world and communicate this larger message of, living your dream life and living in the possibility and creating everything that you want to create. And, of course, I was like, okay, yes, I can do that. And I chose that, and I said, yes, I'm going to move forward. And then all of these amazing opportunities have just shown up. And I'm just so excited for the coming years and for everything that is being created in my life and in my business. And, this is one of those amazing opportunities, is to be on the show with you and share insights and chat and see what we can create to, help people live their dream life. So it's
awesome.
A great year so far.
Well, awesome, and I congratulate you on all your successes. So let me ask you this, and how do you know whether or not if you're living your dream life or not? And I know that the tagline is to live your dream life now, but if you're out there, if you're an audience member and life seems to be okay, you go to work, you got a family, you got a roof over your head, and you're doing fairly well, let's say, beyond okay, but fairly well. How do you know whether or not you're living your dream life or that you're not? I mean, what distinguishes what is a dream life?
I love that question. For me specifically, personally, I know that I'm living my dream when I can't wait to get up out of bed in the morning, when I am so excited to just get up out into the world and create. And one of the tools that I want to share, which can help people determine whether or not they're living their dream life in this moment, is the tuning into the energy of what you're creating and what you're being and what you're doing. And if that energy is light, what if the purpose of life was to be happy, and that energy of happiness is light for you? Then that gives you a clue that you're on the right target of what it is that you're trying to create. If you're walking around and you're feeling heavy and depressed and you just know that there's something else more out there for you, then that's a clue that, hey, what else can I create here for myself? What else can I create to contribute to the world? What can I create to contribute to my family? So that's a really easy tool that you can use. Does this feel light to me, or does this feel heavy to me? If it's light, it's true for you, and you continue to follow that energy. If it's heavy, then there's something here that's a lie for you, and you got to pivot. You got to switch and continue tuning into the energy to see what feels light. And that, I think, is a really great tool to use. And as I said, if you're getting up in the morning and you're excited about your life and you're bouncing out of bed to go create what it is that you're creating, then that's a good sign.
Okay, so and what you just said and how you just explained it, most people that are, for lack of better words, have a raised level of awareness or are more conscious would understand what you just said. And I want to use myself as an example, but years ago, I thought the life that I had or was living was normal. I thought that this is the cards I was dealt with. This is how fate would have it. This is my life. This is considered normal. And I wasn't awake. I wasn't even remotely awake. So for those in the audience that think this is normal, this is the way it's supposed to be, what do you say to them to perhaps get to the point where when they wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I deserve a little better? How do you get to that point?
Some of the tools that I'll be sharing throughout the rest of the call are going to help with that. What I love about what you said is the idea that, okay, this is normal. This is what life has dealt me. If you tune into that energy, this is normal. This is, even that energy in itself is heavy. And that is one of the greatest lies that has been imposed upon us in this reality, that, getting up, going to work every day, you drive to your office, you sit in traffic for an hour, and then you sit in in front of your computer, and you get a lunch break, and then you get back in your car and you go home, and you make dinner, and then you sit and watch TV for a while, and then you go to bed and you get up and repeat. Even as I'm saying that, the energy is heavy. Right.
That used to be me for my first 40 years of my life. That used to be me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, believe me, the reason I can share this with you is because I've been through it. I was doing that. My dad did that, when I was a child, out working 12 hours a day, slaving over, working for someone else, and slaving over a job that isn't really bringing you joy and happiness in your life. And the idea that this is normal, that this is what we came here to do, is just such a lie that's been imposed upon us. And for me, tuning into what my dream was, I had to go as far back as my childhood. And what was that dream that I came in with? And when I was little, people would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I would tell people that I wanted to be a cross between Marilyn Monroe and Mother Teresa. And people would laugh. Yeah, exactly. People would be like, okay, they either thought I was completely weird, or they laughed, right? But I also lived that life up until I was around 29 or 30, and inside of me there was just a little voice that said, you got to change courses here. if you don't change courses and tune in to what you want, you're going to die not doing what you came here to do. And that was just like that little voice in my head. So like I said, I tuned into what I wanted to be when I was little. And that energy felt so light and so alive. And I was like, okay, I choose that. That is what I'm going to create with my life, because this whole getting up, going to work, working 12 hours for like no money and just being miserable is not working for me anymore. And so once I tuned into that energy and I got the energy of that, you know, cross between Marilyn Monroe and Mother Teresa, what is that? What is that energy? And tuning into that energy and holding that energy, kind of a little energy bubble for myself, and continuing to pull energy into that bubble. And then I started making choices according to that energy. And this is another tool. You choose according to the energy, and this goes along with light or heavy. So when I tune into the energy of, okay, Marilyn Monroe, Mother Teresa, what is that? What is that? And then I choose that, and opportunities and possibilities start coming to me, and then I choose according to that energy. If the opportunity that shows up matches the energy of that energy bubble, then I choose it. If it doesn't match the energy, then I keep moving. Does that make sense? So
yes, it does.
Once you choose, okay, this is what I want to create, then that opens the door to all of the possibilities that the universe is just so willing and wanting to gift to you, to me. I have to be open to receiving them, and then I have to choose according to the energy. And that's a tool that people can use to start living, and it's just living that dream life. It's so possible within you right now in this very moment. It's all about choices, and it's all about the energy, and it's all about tuning in to what that little piece of you inside you is telling you. Hey, this is what we came here to do. This is what we came here to do. So that's
part of the reason why I shifted, and part of the reason why I decided to evolve is because I had enough. I said, you know what, life has to be better than this. So I got tired. Well, I don't know if I got tired. I just had enough. I said, you know what, I'm tired of the BS. I'm tired of living like a robot day in and day out and just looking forward to the weekend. So I got tired of that. That's what propelled me to move forward. But I know for some, it takes courage, you know, where I was tired of living the way I was. For others, it's going to take the courage to seek or to find, quote unquote, a better life. And so, how, from your standpoint, how do people find the courage, you know, so they don't have to wait as long as I did till they got tired of it? How can they find the courage right now to start living a different or a newer life or a fresher life?
Yeah, excellent question. And this is what I want to remind everyone, and this will automatically give you the courage. You are an infinite being. And as an infinite being, you are able to perceive, know, and be anything and everything that you desire and choose. And I remind myself of this every time I come up against something and I need to stretch a little bit more into it. I'm like, you know what? I am an infinite being, and I can create and be anything in this reality. It is such a lie, another lie that has been imposed upon us, that we can't. You can't do that. That's impossible. Oh, man. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. And as an infinite being, it's available to you. You just have to choose it. If we tune into our own energy and we expand our energy beyond what we think it is, who we are, you know, we're not our bodies. We're beyond that. We are more than that. And if you really tune into that energy and you try to find, like, the end of you can't, because you're an infinite being. And as an infinite being, you can do anything. It's all about making the choice and then being open to receiving what the universe can gift you. And choosing it. Choose, receive, choose, receive. Do, be. It's a balance of both of those. So for anyone out there who is feeling a little bit of fear, which is not real, right? This is another sort of lie that has been imposed upon us. If you're feeling a little bit of fear, please know this is a distraction. This is a distraction that is keeping you from being who you truly are, and that is an infinite being. So keep reminding yourself, write this, on Post-its and put it anywhere. Anytime you come up against something, I'm an infinite being. I can choose this. I can be this because I can be anything. And that's really been a tool that has really, really helped me throughout my life and my career to just continue choosing for myself and for what I came here to do.
Awesome. So let's get to the tagline of our show, Live Your Dream Life Now. What does that mean to you?
To me, it is experiencing the magic of every single moment, starting with right now. Sometimes we put what we want kind of outside of ourselves. When I get to that point, I'll be happy. And that point is sort of always in the future. It's always over there. So it's about really tuning into the moment now. What can I choose now? And when you start choosing now and you start choosing for you and what you require for your life, then you're living that dream now. And every moment will build and continue building and continue building. And you will be living that sort of magic that you are. And to me, that's what that means. When I was kind of tuning into what am I going to talk about? What can I share with people? And there's a lot out there about manifesting and creating, but it still puts everything over there. When I get to that, when I write that book, or when I, get that job or buy that car, or when I meet that special someone, it's all far away. So what can I be or do today to meet that special someone right away? Is an excellent question to start asking. And so just being in the moment, this is all we have is right now, and building on that. That's what that means to me. Everything that we want is within us, and it's all choices that we can make, and it's all right here, right now. So, yeah.
Well, now I know why you and I have connected, because you're speaking my language. So that is so cool. So tell us, or the audience, what can we start doing today that's powerful but yet simple, so that we can start having the life that we dream of?
One of the most powerful tools that you can start using today, in addition to what the things that I've shared already, and of course you may have to listen to this radio show over and over again to get everything that I'm saying.
Awesome.
But one of the most powerful things that we can have in our awareness is that judgment cuts off energy. So whenever we judge something, whether it's ourselves or someone else, or judging our choices, whether they're right or wrong, or this is good or this is bad, or, I did this wrong, I'm not a good person, I don't deserve this, all of that judgment. I mean, even as I'm talking about it, the energy shifts and it gets a little heavier. It's just cutting off the energy. So anytime that you find yourself judging, whether it's yourself or someone else, you can just say to yourself, this is an interesting point of view that I have. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And we really need to move away from judging so that we can open up the energy to, again, receive all of the possibilities. The second you judge something, you're just cutting off the energy of what the universe can give you. And so that's most definitely one of the biggest things that has shifted in my life, is not having any judgment and just using the tools, interesting point of view, so that I can continue just choosing without judgment, so that I can be open to all of the possibilities.
Okay, so two things you mentioned here. One is that the end result is you do something without judging, and number two is when you catch yourself judging, and obviously you got to be conscious of it. You make a remark to yourself and saying, "Oh, isn't that interesting?" or whatever switches your mindset. But let's get to the very beginning. How do you? Is it possible? And if it is possible, how do you stop judging altogether?
Using the tool, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Nothing is right or wrong or good or bad. Nothing. Everything is opportunity. Everything is possibility. The second you decide, this is not good, right, then you're cutting off the energy. So for this particular, you can use interesting point of view, I have this point of view, to change the energy of it so that there isn't that kind of charge. And then you can also use light or heavy. Is the energy light or is the energy heavy? And when you're using light or heavy, it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about the energy. Judging something right or wrong is what cuts off the energy. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I'm enjoying your insights. And something you just said a few minutes ago for the audience, I strongly suggest you listen to this radio. We're probably not going in the order you were hoping to present all these tools, Patty. But
are you kidding? There's no order. This is beyond amazing. I didn't have an attachment to the way it was going to go specifically, but everything that you've asked me is the energy of what the people are requiring from us. So I love it. I have no judgment over the way things are going.
Oh, cool. So for the audience, I strongly suggest you listen to all these tools that Patty's given us, because if you know what, it took me 40 years to have, when I got to the point I got tired of what I was going through and this roller coaster that I was on. And I wish for all of you not to get to that point, not to get to the point where, you've had enough. What I ask or what I suggest is you get to the point where, before I get there, before I turn 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and say, I'm tired of this, there has to be something better, I suggest that you say, what can I do today to start evolving? What can I do today to have the lifestyle that I've dreamed of? What can I do today to finally move forward? And Patty's providing you the tools. And I wish when I was in my 20s or 30s that I had these tools. I didn't. Maybe they were available to me, but my eyes were not open to see them. But if you're listening to this program, I'm asking you, listen to what Patty's telling you, because you deserve it. We all do. We all deserve to have the best possible life. And the time is now. Maybe it wasn't yesterday or the week before or the month before or the year before or the last 10 years. But now you get to decide, you get to choose, but it's up to you. Nobody else can do it for you.
Yeah. Here's another. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You just reminded me of something else in terms of shifting the energy of judgment. You can ask these other couple of questions, and these are also things that you can start asking today. If you're really like, okay, I'm not joyful in my life, I'm not happy, you can ask, well, what else is possible? And just being in the energy of that question, not trying to answer it. We're so entrained to try to find the answer to everything. It's not always about the answer. When you are in the question and you just allow the universe to gift you, then the universe is going to give you so many more possibilities than you thought possible. Remember I was saying I started asking what's next, and then it showed up. That's how we really create and manifest. If you're just in the question, okay, what else is possible here? How does it get better than this? Even when things are like phenomenal, wow, how does it get better than this? And when things aren't exactly going the way that you thought they would, hey, how does it get better than this? And these two questions are key to releasing judgment and opening the energy and tuning into that dream life that you want to create. What else is possible here? I love those
You know
questions.
what?
I love those questions.
So then I got a question for you then here, and it's going to be a little bit off topic. So what's more powerful, to open up yourself to possibilities, and I'm going to use one of your questions, what else is possible, or is it more powerful to say an affirmation and say, I'm going to use abundant. I am abundant. In other words, so if you're let's say quote unquote broke, and so you tell yourself, okay, what else is possible, or is it more powerful to say I am abundant? So I guess my question to you, it's more powerful to ask that question, what else is possible, or to affirm something as if you're already that whatever you wish to be, or to use both? So,
okay. So this is perfect. So when we're asking what's more powerful, we're already putting a little bit of judgment. This is better than that. So you're sort of creating a little bit of polarity there. And
right. Good point.
For me, it's like, hey, what do you know? What do you know? What is it for you? Because what's true for me and what works for me may not be what works for you or for anyone else. But I guarantee that you, as an infinite being, know exactly what it is that you need to get you to where, that place is. So what do you know, Al? What works for you? And what works for everyone out there? There's no right or wrong. They just are. They're just choices. So choose. Do your mantra every day. Is it opening up the energy? Is it creating possibilities? Okay, well, I chose that and that didn't work. Okay, great. What else is possible? Let me choose that and be with that. And then you can change your mind and choose every 10 seconds if you feel like it. Whatever works. Whatever works for you. There's so many tools out there in the world. And I have to say that I'm so grateful to Gary Douglas, who is the founder of Access Consciousness. And a lot of these tools that I'm sharing with you are from Access Consciousness. And I love these tools because they are empowering you to know what you already know. You already know it. You're an infinite being. You can perceive, be, and know everything. So what do you know? How's that for an answer?
Patty? Patty, awesome insights, and thank you for sharing with us. Any final thoughts or comments for our audience? And please give us your contact information and any announcements you have.
Sure. Just thank you again for having me here. It is such an honor and a pleasure to share my gifts and my knowledge with everyone. Thank you who is on the line, because believe it or not, you have contributed to what we created here today. And I did want to share with everyone, I do have a free gift. My website is liveyourdreamlifenow.com. And then if you just add /free gift to that, then you will receive 2 meditations that I created in partnership with my boyfriend. One of them is Being Infinite, which is a meditation that will help to remind you of the infinite being that you are. And the other meditation is breathing into Mother Earth. And this meditation is an amazing meditation to just reestablish that connection with Mother Earth and reestablishing just the potency that lives within us and how we can work with Mother Earth to contribute to her and allow her to contribute to us. So, again, that website is liveyourdreamlifenow.com/free gift. And I would just love it if everyone took advantage of that, because these are a couple of the tools that I've also been using to, tune in and create in this reality.
Awesome. Final thoughts, really quick.
Final thoughts. Light or heavy? Is this energy light or heavy to me? And you choose according to the energy. That also is, if this is true for me, it's light, and if this is a lie for me, it's heavy. Remembering that what's true for you may not be what's true for other people. You're an infinite being. You can perceive, know, and be anything and everything that you want. Please, please, please remember this. Judgment cuts off energy. So using the questions, what else is possible? How does it get better than that? In order to get out of that energy and being open to receiving what the universe wants to gift you. And
wow. That's it. Okay, well, awesome.
Yeah.
For the audience, let's allow the year 2014 to be all that it can be. Contact me at al.diazforlove@gmail.com to remember your purpose and natural-born gift. Thank you all for joining us, and remember that everything in our past, present, or future is for our best and highest good. Wherever you are at, have a wonderful day or great evening. Patty, you simply rock. I love your wisdom, and thank you for being a joyous blessing in our life.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.